Mars looks like a completely dead planet. But where did all that iron oxide on its surface come from? Where did those strange formations come from? The ones that look like ancient riverbeds? Where did signs of organic matter on Mars come from? What exactly did the rovers find there? What did they see in the rocks, in the soil, beneath the surface? And why, after these discoveries, scientists can no longer confidently say that Mars has always been dead? The answer is ahead. Fact 1. In 2008, the Phoenix lander discovered water ice just beneath the surface of Mars. It dug into the soil and exposed a white substance. A few days later, it disappeared because it was ice turning directly into vapor. This is direct proof that water still exists on Mars today. There are also massive ice caps at the Martian poles. If water exists beneath the surface, there may be regions where it remains stable for long periods. And where there is stable water, there is always a chance for life. Fact 2. A year on Mars lasts 687 days. On Earth, a year lasts 365 days. Almost twice as short. Mars is farther from the Sun, so its orbit is longer. Because of this, processes there are slower and seasons are longer and colder. Fact 3. A day on Mars lasts 24 hours and 37 minutes. This means humans would barely need to adapt to a new daily cycle. If colonization happens, the rhythm of life would be very similar to Earth. Fact 4. Temperatures on Mars can drop to minus 153 degrees. These measurements come from the Viking missions. At these temperatures, the human body freezes extremely fast. Blood and tissues begin to crystallize. Skin loses elasticity. Without protection, survival is impossible. To live on Mars, humanity would need closed systems or to change the planet itself. Fact 5. The atmosphere of Mars is 95% carbon dioxide. This was confirmed by the Curiosity rover. There is almost no oxygen. This means breathing is impossible and any form of life would require very different conditions. Fact 6. The atmosphere of Mars is about 160 times thinner than Earth's. Because of the low pressure, water cannot remain liquid for long. It either evaporates instantly or freezes. To change this, a thicker atmosphere would be needed. This is one of the main ideas behind terraforming Mars. Fact 7. Mars has dried riverbeds. They were observed by NASA orbiters. Some of them look like water flowed there for a very long time. This suggests Mars was once a completely different world, possibly with rivers, rain, and even primitive life. Fact 8. The Curiosity and Perseverance rovers detected organic molecules. These are complex carbon-based compounds. On Earth, all life is built from them. Proteins, cells, the structure of life. This is not proof of life, but it is the foundation. Fact 9. In the Jezero crater, Perseverance found complex structures in rocks. Some of them resemble biosignatures. On Earth, similar formations are created by microorganisms. This is not proof, but it is one of the strongest hints so far. Fact 10. Perseverance is collecting soil samples to return to Earth. This is the first mission of its kind. In laboratories, these samples can be studied in much greater detail. And this is where the answer may finally be found. Fact 11. Olympus Mons is the largest volcano in the solar system. It is about 22 kilometers high. Some of its slopes appear shaped by flowing material. On Earth, similar patterns are often formed by water. Fact 12. Valles Marineris is a massive canyon system. It is several times larger than the Grand Canyon. It formed due to the stretching of the planet's crust. This shows that Mars was once geologically active. Fact 13. Gravity on Mars is about 2.6 times weaker than on Earth. A human would weigh much less there. If people were born on Mars, they might grow taller with longer limbs. They would look very different. Fact 14. Mars experiences global dust storms. In 2018, one such storm ended the Opportunity mission. Due to weak gravity and a thin atmosphere, dust can stay suspended for long periods. Fact 15. Mars lost its atmosphere due to the solar wind. This was confirmed by the MAVEN mission. The solar wind is a stream of charged particles from the sun. Earth is protected by a magnetic field. Mars has almost none, so its atmosphere was gradually stripped away. Fact 16. The surface of Mars is covered in iron oxide, essentially rust. On Earth, iron exists in the crust but is hidden under water, soil, and life. Humanity has brought massive amounts of iron to the surface through construction. If Earth lost its water and life, and all that iron oxidized, its surface could begin to resemble Mars. Fact 17. Mars has caves. They were detected by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. These are openings that lead underground. Conditions there may be more stable, with less radiation and possibly water. These locations could become the first human shelters. Fact 18. Mars has large ice deposits not only at the poles but also beneath the surface in mid-latitudes. This was confirmed by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. In some areas, ice lies just a few meters below the ground. This makes water more accessible than previously thought, and makes colonization more realistic. Fact 19. Methane has been detected on Mars. This was recorded by the Curiosity rover. On Earth, methane is often produced by microorganisms. That is why this is one of the most intriguing signals. Its source could be geological, but it could also suggest microbial life. The answer is still unknown. Fact 20. Humans are planning missions to Mars. NASA and private companies are actively developing them. The first missions could happen in the coming decades. The goal is not only colonization, the goal is to find the answer. Was Mars ever alive? Phoenix showed water beneath the surface. Curiosity and Perseverance found organic molecules. Orbiters revealed rivers and caves. Rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance have also discovered rock formations that look like corals or fossilized organisms. These are not actual corals. Such shapes can form naturally through minerals, wind, and ancient water activity. But on Earth, similar structures are often linked to life. That is why these discoveries attracted so much attention from scientists. They do not prove life existed on Mars, but they look like something that could have been a part of it. These are pieces of one story. Mars no longer looks like just a dead planet. It may be a world that was once alive and lost everything. And the biggest question remains open. Was there life? Write in the comments which facts surprised you the most, what topics you want next. Like the video, subscribe, and share it. Thanks for watching.